Hello, good day. So, as introduction to our subject, foundation and retaining wall design. So, we all know that the foundation is the last structural element that will receive the gravity and lateral loads from all the floors down to the ground. And yung primary purpose niya is support your wall structure and at the same time withstanding the forces of nature like yung earthquake and typhoon. Isa ito sa pinaka-critical na element sa isang building because its failure can cause the collapse ng buong building. Meron tayong dalawang klase ng foundation, generally two types. The first one is the shallow foundation, and typically the depth of this type of foundation is up to 3 meter. In fact, yung 3 meter is medyo malalim na kapag sa shallow foundation. Pero meron mga project na umabot ng 3 meter yung lalim. Lalo na yung mga may tambak, mga structure na itatayo dun sa may tambak na area. The second type of foundation is the deep foundation, and it is placed in greater depth, mas malalim to compare sa shallow foundation. And yung mechanics niya is transfer yung load from the structure down to the deep soil strata beneath it. Mas mahal yung deep foundation kesa sa shallow foundation, and normally kailangan ng mga equipment. So Section 303 of the NDCP Code, foundation investigation shall be conducted and professional report shall be submitted at each building site for every 2-story or higher. So yun nga, pinaparequire ng building code na kailangan magkaroon tayo ng geotechnical investigation dun sa mga proposed structure at least 2-story in height. Okay? So, ito yung requirement kung ilang borehole yung gagamitin. For footprint area of 50, isa lang yung minimum one of borehole yung kailangan. Minimum means pwede rin dalawa. Okay? Yung tatlo. Minimum itong mga nandito sa home. So, in between 50 and 500 square meter, nasa dalawa. And greater than 500, ito na yung formula. Okay. So, kung nasa 1.5, 2 plus 1.5 divided by 1,000. So, minimum of 4 borehole yung kailangan kung nasa 1,500 yung footprint area ng proposed structure. So, as shown here in the figure, an example of a subsurface soil profile. If you will observe, at 9 meter depth, dito makikita yung bedrock. So, from 9 meter below, bato na yung makikita natin sa subsurface nitong proposed building. Pero above, the soil is made of mix of clay and sand. Ito. And the water table can be observed at average of 2 meter depth. Yeah, at average of 2 meter depth. Next is, this is one of the example of the geotechnical evaluation and foundation recommendation. Take note that the geotechnical engineer is the one that will recommend what type of foundation will be used in the building. Siya yung nagre-recommend. Kapag merong ipopropose na building yung isang papagawang building yung isang may-ari, isang kliyente, yun, maghahanap siya ng architect, tsaka structural engineer that will design, and other design professionals. Then, maghanap din siya ng geotechnical engineer that will conduct this geotechnical investigation. So, sa investigation na to, mag-uusap yung structural engineer and the geotechnical engineer kung ano ba yung magandang foundation na gagamitin din sa isang building. And si geotechnical engineer yung magre-recommend kung kaya ba ng shallow foundation lang, pero based sa recommendation, kailangan deep foundation. So, yun. In short, the geotechnical engineer is the one that will recommend what type of foundation to be used dun sa building. For example dito, considering the site and subsurface condition as inferred from the boring, the structure to be constructed can be supported by shallow foundation. Kasi mayroon mga structure minsan, yung recommendation ni geotechnical engineer is deep foundation. Pero dahil mas mahal ito, minsan nag-uusap yung may-ari tsaka structural engineer, tinatry kung kaya bang abulin na lang kung shallow foundation na lang yung gagamitin. Okay? So, in designing the foundation, our general requirement is maaari, uniform yung pag-settle ng building kung magsasettle siya. Hindi mag-tilt or mag-tip. Okay? And at the same time, kung meron mang differential settlement, ma-minimize yung differential settlement within the footprint area ng building. So, the table 5.2 is an example of allowable soil bearing capacity results from the geotechnical report. As we can observe, the reasonable depth to be used is 2.0 meter. Kasi sa 1.5, 8 dun sa borehole 2, the allowable bearing capacity is only 18. Siguro tambak na malambot to or kaya tambak. Pero sa 2.0 meter depth, reasonable na yung value ng allowable bearing capacity. So, it is up to the the structural engineer kung gagamitin niya na itong 2.0 meter depth with a allowable bearing capacity of 113, 142, or 136. So, nasa kanya na paano yung discarding ngayon na gagamitin niya. So, these are the different types of shallow foundation. Wall footing, isolated, step, and tapered. But these two are not commonly used. Medyo may style pa. So, mas common na ginagamit itong isolated na flat lang yung slab. The next type are the combined footing. Yung counterpart niya is trap footing. And lastly, the mat or rock footing. So, in the design of foundation, ito, kapag nasa boundary, for example, itong line na to is the property line, hindi pwedeng mag-exceed yung structure dito sa boundary line ng lot boundary line. So, for us to have an stable footing, we usually connect the footing of the exterior column to the interior column. Okay? So, nagamit tayo dito ng combined footing. And yun nga, the counterpart of the combined footing is the strap footing. Dito, merong dalawang isolated footing connected by a beam, also called strap, to connect and to make it stable itong exterior column. Next is, dito naman, in the design, for example, meron tayong dalawang column, adjacent column na medyo malapit. In the initial design, ayan, kukunin natin yung size. For example, ito lumabas. And then, dun sa kabila, ito rin yung lumabas na size. For example, these drawings are in scale. So, as you can see, nag-overlap. So, for this case, instead of overlapping, kino-combine na lang itong dalawa as a single footing. So, nangyari niyan, yan. So, combined footing with two interior columns. Dito naman, second type of combined footing, isang exterior tsaka isang interior footing. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong wall footing supporting a wall and isolated footing supporting a single column. Okay?